All right, so now that we've got basically those loops done, what we need to do is fill those in. So we need to connect all the fill in all these elements. So it's going to take a little bit of strategy, but we should be able to get it mostly done. So what you're going to do is either move edge loops, add edge loops by hitting Control. So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm gonna connect this one like that, and we should be able to connect this one like that, right? And then I'm looking at this, and if we were to go from here to here, that feels a little too stretched. So you see how stretched it's getting here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this one over like this to go more, oh, not like that, more like this. And then what we will do is then this one can be here, but you can see there's not enough geometry to really support it. So I'm gonna hold Control, add one here, and we'll pull this guy down here. And we'll pull this up a little bit like so. And then I keep meaning to pull this one this way. There it goes. This should go more straight. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm not super happy with this. I'm gonna hold Control and click on that to get rid of that face. I'm gonna hold Control and Shift and click on that to get rid of that face. I'm just gonna hold Control, click here, and we're gonna put one across here. Then we'll put one across this way. And actually, before I do that, let's undo that real quick. I'm going to hold Control, click here. I want to pull this one across and snap it there. That way it's a little bit more even, I feel like. I'm going to pull this guy up, and we'll, not like that. I'm going to go like this and drag it over here. That'll snap in there good. We're going to go over here, click on this one, snap it there, like so. And let's just move this over a little bit. And let's see, go like that. And then this needs to come down here. So I'm just going to hold Control, click here, and click and let's try that again. There we go. Click and drag to snap it to there. Um, that looks okay. Let's see. So I think I'm going to do the same thing we did. Oh, not there. I'm going to hold Control, put one here. And then can that one connect? Okay, let's see. Does that make sense with that? Yeah, that's what that one was like. So we'll do that. Um, and then this one we'll click and drag to go to here. Come on. Oh my gosh. There we go. Here to here. Like that. And then I'm just going to pull this one straight out like this. I'm going to hit Control. Okay, I'm going to hit Control and click here. I'm just going to take this and pull this up there. I'm going to click this, pull this one down here. Like so. I'm going to hold Control, put one in here. Like that. I'm going to hold Shift. And what that'll do is sort of smooth out the surface. This feels kind of long, so I'm probably going to add some in here, but we'll leave it for now. Let's go ahead and I meant to pull this one. Just want to make this a little more even across. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to take this one, connect this one here, and then I think this should probably match here. So I'm going to hold Control here. I put one up here, which means I need to put one down here. And we'll go like this. That's good. And then this almost matches up. I'm just going to put one here and pull this down here to match that one up. And you can see we have too much geometry here versus what's down here, but I'm going to come back to that and fix it. You will notice also up here that these don't match up. So I'm going to have to add some and make some adjustments there. But before I bother doing that, I just want to try and get this area a little bit better. So I think we might be able to make some changes here. Let's pull this one this way a little bit. Let's just extend this first. Let's get this up to here. And we'll see where that gets us. Like that. And then I'm going to put another one here. We'll pull this down to here. I'm just going to hold Shift and kind of smooth that out. Just Shift and click like so. And I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take, I'm going to make a little more room here. I'm going to click and drag these in some like this, make that tighter. I'm going to hold control and I'm going to click here and here because I'd like this to go all the way around. I think that would just be better. So I'm going to go like that, go like that. Looks like we're going to need to add another one, which does make it kind of dense here. So I'm not sure if I like that or not yet, but I'd rather have the edge loops go all the way around. So something like that. And again, I'm just going to hold shift and kind of smooth this out. That's a little better. Okay. Now this obviously all needs to come around here, which is going to be a little bit of a pain. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold control, and it'll be easier if I actually just match. I'm just going to hold control, and I'm just going to do as many as I need here, and I'm just going to match these two down here. Oops, I got to put that there like that. And then another one here. And then we'll do, I'm thinking this, we need to add one here. I'm going to put one here, hold control click, and I'm just going to drag this to here. Good. I'm going to go like that, and then we'll go here to here, and then we'll bring this one across like that, like this. And this didn't look like it actually connected properly. I'm just going to redo that. Something, it just looked extra dark there for some reason. Okay. And then we can go like this, and I'm going to pull this guy down like so. Trying to think how I want to connect this. This can go here to here. That looks fine. Feel like that. Let me see if that goes like that. It's going to go up and over. I don't really want it to do that. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to get rid of this one, and I'm going to pull this one down this way like that. Okay. So it kind of comes around and over, but that way when I add the edge loops here, oh, it's adding it up there. I don't want it to do that. I want this to go this direction. So I'm going to take this, pull this guy here, and then maybe I can just collapse. I'm going to hold control, click and get rid of that. Pull that one there, pull this one here. That's a little better. There's a triangle here, so I'm just going to hold control and I'm just going to click here, and then let's hold shift and click like that. There we go. That way, when I hold control, it goes here. I just want these loops to come around. So there are a bunch here. So we're going to hold control. I'm going to click and click and click. And I'm just going to try and match some of these up. So let's see. This needs to move down a little, down a little, down a little. And this whole one needs to move down a little. And let's see, pull this guy to here. Should just be able to hold shift and click in here. That worked. Shift and click in here. That will fill it. Um, now let's just, I'm just going to hit F or shift and F. Will that make it bigger? It will not. Shift. Okay, we'll just move out. And I'm just going to hold shift and click like this just to spread out. It is a little bit dense there, a little more than I'd like. But I'd rather have this edge loop come all the way around, such as you see here, except for right there, it's not doing it. Oh, that one didn't fill in. There we go. There we go. So that these edge loops go all the way around. That's really what I'm after. Okay, so we filled in basically that area. Now we just need to fill in some of these other areas. So you can see right here, these are, I already made these so these would line up. So I'm just going to kind of click and fill that across. Basically, we're just trying to fill in all of the areas here as best we can. And you might have to add or remove geometry or shift your geometry around a little bit. So I'm going to move this one down, and then this guy can come across there. I'm going to have to hold control, put one in here, pull this guy over. And then here you can see I have more than what's up here. So what I can do is I'm going to pull this back a little bit, pull this one up a little bit, and then we can just go like this, and that will work. And then this one will work. And then you can see we're not quite where we need to be for this. So that doesn't quite work as well as I was hoping for. Let me see here. That goes down there. So this feels like this one's here. So we'll pull this way. And I think what I'm going to do is move this up. I'm going to put an extra edge loop here. Therefore, I'll put one there so I have corresponding ones. And since I put it on this side, I'm also going to do it here, here, and then here, so that that way they match. We got to make sure they match the top and the bottom. And then we should be able to match these up now with each other, like so. And then I'm just going to, actually, that's got to go there. And this one, you can see, doesn't, it's not, that's a big stretch, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to here because you don't want to overly stretch them. And then this is where it's going to have to start to split off. And then here will come up, not like that. Here will come up and snap like that, like so. And that's just where that will match up. You can see right here, there's not quite enough geometry to support what I want to do here. So I'm going to get rid of this one, and we're going to instead connect this one to there. And then I'm going to look to see what I can do here. It's kind of like figuring out a puzzle. If I add an edge loop here, it's going to go down the mouth here. And I really don't want to add one there. It doesn't need another one there. Um, and then if I put it here, it goes into the nose. So like there's just, it's not a lot of great options. So I think what I'm going to do is get rid of these. And I'm going to pull this guy across like this, like that. And then we'll just go up here like this. And then I'm going to take this one, have this one go down, and then have this one go here. And then maybe we can, see, I need that one though. We'll shift click there. If I go like that, that's kind of stretched out. So I also didn't want the whole thing. Let's see, what could we do? Take this guy to here. Hold shift, add that there. I am just going to put one here. I'm going to hit control, and then we'll just smooth it out with that smooth. So I'm going to back up so it smooths out a little bit better. We'll just go like that. That'll be fine. Something like that. Okay. So you see, basically, we're just trying to fill it in, and we're trying to make it as even and as quads as possible to make that work a little bit better. So where possible, we're going to have these connect across. So I'm going to say this guy goes here. So we'll just hold shift click here. I need a corresponding one because we add some here. So I'll hold shift. I'm going to put one, we'll bring this one this way a little bit. Hold shift click. I'm going to hold control click, hold shift click. I'm going to control click here. Hold this one over this way. Hold, come on, shift click. And looks, oops, didn't mean to hold shift there. It looks like we don't have a good number here. So I'm going to hold control and shift and really want to get rid of that. Although that's different than, we're going to hold control and shift and get rid of this edge. And I guess these, I don't know, like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to pull this way. And we'll go like, geez. There we go. All right. It's a little finicky sometimes. Come on. Oh, there. Okay. So now we've got that brow going around. That looks good. Um, and more or less what we're doing is we're just trying to fill in the areas. So I am just gonna keep doing that. So I'm gonna hold control, click here. I can hold shift there. Now, if I hold control, go here, you can see it's gonna start getting stretched right here, right? So like you have to decide at what point is it no longer worth it. So I feel like if I try to go from here to here, starting to get a little too stretched. I feel like I could probably get away with that one, but I think what I'm going to do is not do that. And I'm just going to start. Actually, you know what? I think I will do that one. Um, and right here is where I'm start to split it off. So what I'm going to do is go like this, like that, and then here we'll hold shift. But you can see now we have to start like a new, basically, area here. And then go like this. This needs more anyway, so I'm just going to put some in here because there wasn't enough to support the shape. So we're just going to bring this around like so. Bring this around like so. All right. So, if you got the rough idea of what you need to do, hopefully that gives you a rough idea. Okay. So you're more or less just going to have to like add edge loops as you need them, and then more or less try to connect these pieces so that they end up being quads as much as possible. You can see that once this side's a little messed up, don't worry about that. Just work on the one side because what we'll do is we'll just symmetrize it to flip it to the other side. So it's not as big of a deal. Okay. And then, like I said, as you go, like right here, you can see I could continue this way, and maybe I will actually. But at some point, it would be fine to, you know, okay, I don't know why it wasn't moving. It'd be fine to, start splitting them off. You get basically got to make a decision of when you want to start doing that. Um, and then kind of move from there. So this is getting kind of stretched. So like I feel like that's a little too far for that one to go. Um, so we'll just go up like this and pull this guy this way. Usually what I try to do is I try to get the front of the face done first. So it feels like one complete, like I try to think of it as a mask. So I'm just going to go out like this and then pull out this, or a box, I'm sorry. So I will try to finish the front of the box first. This guy's got a very pointed box, but if you look at the head, it's like there's a front of the box, like so this side of the box, there's the side of the box. So like right this side here, there's the back of the box, there's the top of the box, and the bottom of the box. So what I usually try to do is I try to get the front of the box done first. That's the more complicated because that's where the face is. Then you can either do I usually try to just usually I do the side of the box, then the back of the box, and then I fill the top of the box. Um because if you can get those done, then the rest of it is a little bit easier. So I don't know how much you guys want to watch me do this whole thing here. So I gotta hit control. It's pretty much just going to be the same process as you have seen thus far. There we go, like so. Um, so yeah, what I'm going to do is try to finish this box here. Um, and then we'll just take this, go like this and like this and like this, and then I'm just going to pull this way like that. Smooth that out that way. Um, it's going to be a lot of geometry going down into this head here. And yeah, so just do your best, more or less, to get the front of the box complete. And then once that front of the box is complete, I'm just going to hold shift. I see shift. Come on. Oh, there. And is there just an extra line here? Why is that not get rid of? There it goes. Shift. That's not really working. I'll just do it. Oh, wait. Hang on. That's why that didn't snap correctly. That one goes here. Um, I don't know what's going on with some of this. I think there's extra points floating around. This I don't need. Um, so get the front of the box completed, kind of like I have here, okay? And then once that's done, then you're gonna move across to the sides.